Hi there, this is Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula, and I have your planning briefing, which was recorded on February 11th of 2021. Now, as we've already been seeing, bitter cold continues to move into western Montana and will continue to filter into north central Idaho tonight into Friday. That's been creating some dangerous wind chills, particularly in western Montana, and that will likely continue and maybe even get a little bit worse tonight into Friday morning. Does look like the winds will generally decrease going into the weekend. However, bitter cold will remain until early next week. We are tracking a next wave of moisture, which will bring moderate to heavy snow and blowing snow tonight into Friday through central Idaho. We are looking at a general moderation in temperatures going into next week. However, it will likely still remain below normal for this time of year. And we are tracking the potential of continued snow events going into next week, particularly for central Idaho, but possibly moving northward across all of western Montana as well. So it looks like an active weather pattern to continue. Here's the current weather threat matrix. You'll see a lot of oranges on this map. That kind of reflects those periods where we think that there's an increased chance of some snowfall. We have in particular highlighted tomorrow as red in north central Idaho, and that's for the combination of the cold snow and blowing snow. And in particular, we're concerned with Highway 12 and then the Highway 95 corridor through the Camas Prairie, where blowing snow could cause some drifting and low visibility issues. Just to give you a feel for current conditions, this is the current air temperature as of Thursday afternoon, and you'll see a pretty strong gradient in temperatures with central Idaho sitting in the 20s and even low 30s for current temperatures. Whereas you move across the border into western Montana, you'll see a lot of single digits and even some below zero temperatures along the Continental Divide. You'll see the coldest air continues in central Montana and up into Canada, and that colder air is going to continue to filter in. So we'll continue to see temperatures drop not only through western Montana, but also into central Idaho, where tomorrow in central Idaho, a lot of areas may only see highs in the teens or low 20s. Now, with that, we have also been getting some winds, particularly through western Montana. So we have been seeing some dangerous wind chills. The coldest wind chills have been along the Continental Divide, where we've seen 30 to 40 below zero fairly regularly. But even locations such as Missoula and Kalispell have been running right around 20 below zero. Those cold wind chill values are going to continue into Friday morning and possibly even get a little bit colder as the winds continue to increase and temperatures drop. So that dangerous cold is really important to keep in mind. Frostbite is possible on exposed skin in as little as 10 to 15 minutes at these temperatures. Now, speaking of winds, we are expecting winds to continue and maybe even increase a little bit. This is one forecast model's look at how strong the winds might be. And this is current conditions. So as of Thursday afternoon, you'll see mainly locations in western Montana are being highlighted. These blue to green colors are representing winds of anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour, give or take. But I want you to notice as we move into this evening, and here we are right about 9 p.m., you'll see that those winds start to push down the Highway 12 corridor in Idaho from Lolo Pass to roughly around Lowell, and then even moving into the Camas Prairie area, continuing through the overnight hours. And so that has us a bit concerned for the potential of blowing and drifting snow in areas that don't typically see that. And you'll see that those winds largely continue. Here is tomorrow morning at around 8 a.m. They start to maybe decrease a little bit. But this could be a period of prolonged blowing snow in Idaho, coupled with the dangerous wind chills in western Montana. Now, stepping back and taking a look at satellite, We do have this low pressure system sitting off the west coast, and this feature is going to be pushing moisture up into central Idaho this afternoon and really going into tonight into Friday morning. And so as that moisture accompanies this colder air that's settling into the region from the north, that sets up conditions that are favorable for some moderate to heavy snow in this north central Idaho area. So snowfall will be increasing here over the Thursday afternoon time frame and really intensifying overnight into Friday morning. This is a look at forecasted snowfall amounts over the next 24 hours. And what we're seeing, this light blue color kind of on the fringe, just approaching Missoula, is 1 to 2 inches. But as you get into these deeper blues and even green colors, that's areas where that could receive as much as 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. So you'll see the Clearwater Mountains in Idaho, Grangeville, Camas Prairie, south down along that Highway 95 corridor are really being highlighted, as well as the Salmon area in Lemhi County and even the southern part of the Bitterroot Valley. So those areas all could expect to see anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snowfall in this time frame, ending by about midday Friday. Now, as I mentioned, there is some wind threat through parts of central Idaho, and so that's where we've got that concern for the blowing and drifting, particularly on that Highway 12 corridor, and then getting into Grangeville and the Camas Prairie, where we tend to have a little more issues with some wind. Now, I did mention that there is potential to see more snow beyond this Friday event. I don't want to get too long-winded on that, but this first graphic here is showing you the probability of seeing at least another 2 inches of snowfall in the 24 hours, basically Saturday into Sunday morning. And you'll see here that once again, central Idaho is really showing up with anywhere from a 70 to 100% chance of seeing another 2 inches of snow or more in that Saturday time frame. The chances die off pretty quick as you head to the north, where we have very minimal chances of seeing much snow across northwest Montana with this next surge later in the weekend. But if I move forward, this is the same probability of at least 2 inches of snow falling in 24 hours, but this is for the Monday and a Tuesday time frame. Another wave that we have lined up in the flow. And with this one, you'll see those probabilities are quite a bit higher even into northwest Montana. So bottom line, we're looking at an active period. There's potential we could see a fair amount of snow continuing going into much of next week. So we'll continue to monitor the details on this. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to give us a call at any time, and otherwise we will put up our next briefing on Sunday. Thanks and have a great weekend.